It's turned cold here in Texas, so today we're making soups, giving the kids a little lesson on different types of soups, actually all week long. We're gonna have a cold front in here for a week, so we're making soups. Today, it's a carrot dill soup. It's a wonderful recipe, so stick around and see how Sebastian and I get this soup made. We're gonna get some stuff sauteed in here. Gonna take my butter, got a stick of butter. Just drop it in, let that melt. And then I've got a very large onion already diced up. You could use 2 medium onions, but this one was huge. So we went with one, and heck, I don't know, that's probably, might even be, not a quart, probably 3 cups at least of onion. I'm gonna let Sebastian start stirring this in once we get it hot. Get that sauteed. We'll give you a peek inside the pot. Kind of let you see how we do it. Once it's soft, we'll come in with some of our other vegetables. All right, here we go. Onions are going in. Sebastian's gonna keep those kind of moving and stirring. Want them to just start getting soft, and then we're gonna go in with our celery on top of that. Now we're gonna drop in our celery. That's about 6 stalks, so they're just chopped up in small pieces. Stir that in with our onions. Our celery and our onions are tender, so what we're gonna do is add our stock. Here you go, Sebastian. We've got 1.5 gallons of chicken stock going in, so go ahead and add that in. And this is just a prepared base. If you have a homemade stock, it'd be even better. Now, you know 1.5 gallons isn't gonna fill this pot. What it is, we have smaller pots, and we have the big pot. Don't have an in-between size pot. For the rest of the week, I'll probably bring one of mine from home, but we've got in our base now. Now we're gonna come in with our 5 pounds of carrots. Next thing going in is 2 pounds of potatoes. That's in. I've got it on high. We're gonna bring this up to a boil, then lower it down to a simmer. And we're gonna add our dill. Now I have about a 1/2 cup of dill here. You use dill that is the dried dill. It only takes about 1/3 of what fresh is. So we're gonna put in about 1/3 cup dill now. Save a little bit more after we blend it. We're gonna add some more. But and we're gonna add some fresh to go in for our garnish on top of our bowls. But right now we're gonna go in with, I'd say big part of that, leaving a little bit out. And if you would stir that in, Sebastian. While he's stirring, our other seasonings are about 1 to 2 teaspoons of black pepper and 2 teaspoons to 3 tablespoons of salt. I'm gonna hold off on that until we taste this. Then we'll add these to taste. But all those are in there, and I do. If we want to add a little heat to it, I've got a little bit of cayenne. May put in 1 or 2 teaspoons of that. We're gonna sample it before we do that though. But right now, it's just waiting for this soup to come to a boil. And once it does that, we'll lower it to a simmer. We're gonna simmer it for about 45 minutes. Once everything's nice and tender in there, we're gonna get our blender out and show you how we blend this soup up. And we'll plate it up for you and show it to you. It's a wonderful soup, so stick around and let's give it a try. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of shake my dill down and open it up. Then we can get our dill out. And for garnish, I really do not want to use these stems, but they're gonna be very good. See that right there? That's gonna be nice in one of our bowls of soup. So that's what we're shooting for, is that. So just take your little sprigs, pinch them off. These would be nice. If you want to garnish also with some red bell pepper, looks real pretty on there, a little creme fraiche or sour cream, that works good also. But we're just going to add this little bit of greenery to it, and you're going to have some floating around in it also. But these, I'll take these stems and we're going to put them into the soup themselves. Here we go. I got this soup is up to a boil. Let's look in here and kind of see what it looks like. As you can see, it's starting to boil pretty good, but we're going to come down here and just get to our controls, lower it down, and we're going to take this to a simmer, and we're going to go about, maybe 40 minutes, give or take. Once everything's tender, we'll get this and blend it up. Get right back with you. Get some of these carrots and potatoes out, test them. You can see very soft. Carrots are tender. We can blend these up. Before I get this blended up, I'm gonna take my black pepper and drop it in. I'm not worried about being too much pepper. We got plenty in there. My salt, I have a tablespoon of salt in here. I'm gonna put about 2/3 of it. Leave just a little bit. And now we're gonna blend this up. I'll get my stick blender out, show you how to do that. If you don't have a stick blender, just take your blender, you take a little bit at a time, put it in your blender, blend it up, and transfer it over as you do. Here's my immersion blender, stick blender. And the thing to remember is, especially if you have a pot that's not real high, if you start getting this up out of your liquid, it's gonna throw liquid everywhere. So be careful with that. Don't throw hot liquid on you, but let's get it in there and get it blended up. I'm gonna sample this. I got it blended up pretty good. Got my glasses from being unfogged. And this needs to blend a little bit more, so you'll see some chunks. I really want to see those chunks in here. Good flavor. Needs some salt, so I'm gonna put the rest of my salt in. Let that go in. I'm gonna add my cayenne. Just give it a couple of shakes of cayenne so it's got a little bit of heat. There you go. Now let's blend that in. I'm gonna take that dill that I reserved. We didn't, I'm gonna put it in. So it's not chopped up as much. It's gonna be a little more whole leaf, look a little prettier in there. And you could really do it this way, or you could just stir it in. I'm gonna let this cook and reduce down just a little bit, maybe another 15 minutes. If you wanna thicken it, this is where I think I said earlier, you could thicken it with cream if you wanted to. If you want to make it a cream-based soup. But also you could add some cornstarch with water to it and thicken it up that way. Get the consistency you want, and then get ready to serve it. So let's see how we put it in bowls and serve it. Got our soup ready, reduced it down some. We're ready to try some. Sebastian's gonna be the guinea pig. Adjusted our spices some, but I don't think it's too hot. Now, of course, we'd want to put this on a plate. That's looking good. All I'm going to do is just take some of my fresh dill weed, and you can come back, and I'm just going to kind of put it on the edge of the cup there. Just gives us some green to go with it. If you wanted to use, like I said, a little spoonful of sour cream, some diced up red bell pepper, that would be fine. Add some color to it. We're just doing that. If you wanted to put some color on your plate, maybe with the sprig of dill on there, that would look beautiful also. But there you have it. That's the way we're going to plate it up. That's the way we're going to serve it. And now we're going to let Sebastian try it. Now, we're in there. We put a little red cayenne in it, right? To give us just a little bit of spice. Sebastian's going to give it a try. I'm going to give it a try, and we're going to see how our carrot dill soup turned out. I think it's very good. What do you think?
I think it's good.
Think it's good? Mm-hmm. Anyways. And Sebastian's not a big soup eater, right? You're not nuts about soup, but he gave it a try for us today in the class. We always try what we cook, so he did that today. Hope y'all enjoyed this carrot dill soup recipe. Be looking for some of my other soup recipes out there. We're gonna be doing quite a few of them the next few days. Be getting those posted up for you. But thanks for stopping by Texas Style Barbecue and Cuisine. Always do appreciate it. I am Chef Johnny, and that's Sebastian, and we'll see y'all down the road. So long, everybody.
How them boys put food away beats all I've ever seen.